Contractors, you know what I've learned after years in this business? When it comes to referrals, you don't really get them by asking for them. You earn them before the job's even done. Most contractors are out there begging for leads. When it comes to client experience, there are five main things that clients remember. Number one is communication. Communication. So clients don't expect perfection, even though it feels like that sometimes. They expect transparency and clear, expert level professional communication. A simple 5-minute call saying, hey, the tile's delayed, but here's what we're going to do about it earns most trust than a week of silence or not showing up or broken promises. Client, at this day and age, people expect things to go wrong for delays. So you think that you're doing a good job by just ignoring it? No, you're not going to get referrals if you are ignoring anything having to do with that client's project. Even though there's a delay, you're going to impress them by having clear communication. Number two, let's talk about cleanliness. This is a really big one that I've been seeing more and more. If you wouldn't want your mom walking your job site, it's probably not clean enough. People don't talk about your craftsmanship first. They talk about how tidy you kept their home. Think about the trust you're going to earn when you keep a really clean job site. They're going to think and expect that you're going to have really good work. You know, they're going to obviously brag and talk about their remodel project with their friends. One of those things that's going to come up is like, I've been amazed. I thought my house was going to be dusty and smelly and XYZ. If you keep a really clean job site, it's going to go a really long way with that indirect communication before you even complete the job. Number three, this one is a doozy and probably one of my favorite ones, reliability. Show up when you say you will. Do what you say you're going to do. Even if you're late, text. Homeowners forgive mistakes. They don't forgive ghosts. Seriously, who likes to be ghosted? Think about in your own business. If you're a general contractor, I guarantee you've been ghosted by subcontractors, clients that said that they were going to hire you for the job. Nobody likes being ghosted. Goes a long way if you just communicate. You know, if you said you were going to be there at 8 a.m., there's traffic or something else came up with another job, text them, hey, I'm delayed at another job. I need to take care of this. I'll be there at 9:30, but one of my guys will show up. It's part of communication and it shows that, you know, problems come up and you find a solution. Number four, respect. RESPECT, you know what? Respect isn't just about being polite. It's protecting their floors, using boot covers, and not blasting loud music when the kids are at home or even when the client's at home, which a lot of times, you know, people are working from home. So be respectful, watch your language, you know, greet them as you come in. And right there, you can save time by texting them later. Say, here's what we're going to do today. Here's what we're hoping to accomplish. And at the end of the day, you can kind of give them a rundown. We're on schedule, or, you know, you got a call from the supplier, title's running late. You can provide that communication right then and there. And the last thing that clients are going to remember is follow-up. And I love the word follow-up because this goes for a lot of things within your business. So in regards to referrals, after you finish a job, send a quick thank you text with a picture of the finished work. That's a photo that they're going to show their friends. They're going to text their spouses, their parents, and put it on social media. When somebody asks, who did your remodel? That's what that picture is going to make happen because you gave them that vision. That's what we do as general contractors, remodelers, even subcontractors. So this is part of the follow-up process. And then you use that photo for social media. And then, you know, the next day you can send a review text. And there you have a review to share on your Google, on your Yelp, on your website. You need to blast those things everywhere. So just make sure that you are clearly communicating, you keep a clean job site, you're reliable, you do what you say you're going to do, show up when you say, if not, text them. You show respect to them, to their house, to everything related to the job, even to your subcontractors. And then you follow up, which all these kind of really tie in together. So it's really simple and you might not even think about it, but it really goes a long way. These little simple acts you can do during that job. I like to think of referrals as a flywheel. So I created the trust flywheel. So how does this look? So you got your happy client, right? You've done all those 5 things that we talked about earlier. Then after that, word of mouth. And word of mouth starts before the job's done. Remember, clean job, clearly communicating, updating progress. And then from there, you have all those friends, the family. If they have some type of business, maybe their business contacts. And so warm leads is the bread and butter of any business, especially service like general contracting. So you don't have to sell them. You don't have to worry about your website and spending money on ads. A warm lead is so good because it leads to an easy sale. Then repeat jobs. Remember those houses, every one of those houses. You have your current house, and then it just keeps on expanding, expanding. And then all you got to do is repeat that little process. So the more trust you build, the faster it spins, and the less you have to chase new leads and be desperate on Facebook. When you stop focusing on leads and start focusing on your client experience, your business stops feeling like it's always in survival mode and starts running on momentum. All that money coming in, the cash flow, the easy sales, you don't have to worry about becoming a sales expert. It's all about perfecting those five things and then relying on the trust flywheel process. All right, so let's wrap this up with a quick recap. I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible. Hopefully, you took something away from this video. Subscribe to our Handoff channel for more tips on how to grow your business. So, what are we going to do? We're going to communicate early and often. We're going to keep our job site clean. Like if our mothers were going to visit the job site, we don't want to be embarrassed about a messy job site. We're going to be reliable even with the small stuff. You want to get to the point where it's almost annoying that they hear from you because you're overly communicating and you're overly sharing progress. And then, of course, respect. And when I talk about respect, the obvious one is you respect them. It's your client after all. But respect their home, and which goes back to all of these other things like keep your job site clean, be reliable. And then, of course, you're always going to follow up with just simple text again related to all this. You just need to update them on delays, and then after the job's done with the follow-up, you want to send that finished project photo. Keep it for your records. These are social media posts. You're going to get reviews. You do all these things, and you're not going to have to beg for reviews. They're going to beg you to send them a link so they can send you a 5-star review. If you just do these 5 things, you'll never have to beg for referrals again. People want to tell others about you. Literally, you can't go wrong. You don't have to ask for that anymore. It's just going to happen naturally because you're doing these things. And that's literally the best marketing money can't buy. No more acting desperate in Facebook groups. No more trying to figure out what ad copy is the best on ChatGPT. All you got to do is keep it simple and follow these 5 simple things to get those referrals coming in like a flywheel. Thanks for watching again. Subscribe for more content just like this one here at Handoff. We want you to win. We share content that does just that.